Welcome to the homestead. Somebody's decided to join us today.
Who?
That'd be you.
Mm-hmm.
I was making, we'll call it supper a while ago. We eat kind of early now. I got thinking about a video. Got to think about something we need to try this year. I thought I'd put it on video too. I was thinking about ready-made meals that we can pressure can or can somehow. We discussed it during supper. Thought that wouldn't be a bad thing to have if you had a mason jar that would feed, say, a quart jar according to what it is, or a pint jar that would feed me and you. All we had to do was open it up and make a heat and eat meal out of it. Be good in the summertime. You don't want to heat the house. Be good for if the power was out, or you just didn't have time to cook, something was wrong, or if the preacher comes by. What was you saying about Zacchaeus?
She said, "I'll go into your house today."
Never know. It was just a thought. We could can. So the ideas we came up with was canning soup.
Always. My grandmother, when she would can her vegetables and stuff, the leftover vegetables, she put it all down in one soup pot and cooked her some soup, and then she canned what was left. I remember looking in the cabinet and saying, bunch of stuff all mixed together, and asking her what in the world that was, and she said it was soup.
Mm-hmm.
It made it real easy to pop the top and heat it up for her and Granddaddy to have.
That's what you got at school when we was kids too. Friday was
all the leftovers.
soup day.
Everything that didn't get eaten that week went into soup.
And sometimes it was rather interesting soup. But that's
Yep.
where they used everything. They was being efficient.
Yep.
I was just thinking, if you're going to can anyway, you're going to pressure can beans and corn and potatoes and all the different vegetables. Why not make soup or chili, or even think about making spaghetti. We grow a spaghetti squash. That's what we had today. So we was thinking about fixing the spaghetti squash. Go ahead and bake it, break it down into noodles, and turn it into spaghetti, and then can it. That way it would be loose noodles when you got it out. I don't know what else we got. You could do it like a beef roast, do beef and gravy, or roasting carrots, or
Good thing we ate before we made this, because I'd be getting hungry right now if you hadn't.
But also the other thought was, maybe the people watching this, you might have a recipe or an idea for a heat and eat meal that we could can. Something simple. You could, if it was warm, you could actually open the can and eat it. If it needed heating, that'd be different, but something that don't require cooking, because we've always canned our vegetables, and I've canned meat and pretty much anything I can get a hold of, the berries, the fruit. But if you go to cook, you've got to open one of these and another can of this and a can of this, and mix all 4 or 5 of these together to make one meal. Why not, while you're cooking and canning and preserving, just make a few on the side of ready to eats. Be something good to have in the cabinet.
It's kind of like what we did with the potatoes and green beans this year.
We combined our potatoes and green beans, but
So we usually do that anyways.
Yeah,
We'll
we
open
usually-
a jar of potatoes and a jar of green beans and mix them and cook them together anyways. We put them up that way.
our children are pretty well grown now, so it's just me and her mainly when we eat. So there's no use in having a full quart of beans and a full quart of potatoes, because we don't eat that much of it. Time you put beans and potatoes together, you open corn or whatever, you open 2 or 3 different jars. You've got leftovers. You've got a meal for the next day, or maybe even lunch and a meal the next day. We thought we might cut it back. I'm wanting to go to wide mouth pint jars this coming year. I'd like to do more canning than it. Do the different kinds of soup. We make vegetable soup. We make chicken soup, chicken noodle soup. What else? Can you think of something else?
No.
I know there's more items, but Right now it's just hard to come across them. I know we make the succotash,
Yeah.
the tomatoes, okra and corn mix.
Mm-hmm.
Some people call it goulash. It was just a name I come across on the internet. It was named after a can of stuff I get at the Dollar General. I used to eat it for lunch. Until I made my own, I don't want theirs no more.
That's the hard part about it. You start making your own stuff. You don't want anything from the store.
But we thought we'd throw that idea out there. If you have an idea, if you'd like to share an idea or a recipe or even a cooking video, you can post it in our comments. I mean, it would be interesting to share with one another and pass this around. It ain't necessarily a prepper's meal, but it could be considered one. Because it's ready to eat. You open the can, you can feed a couple people. You open the jar, I mean, it's simple. It doesn't have to be cooked or processed or mixed or heat and eat. Simple meals.
Yep.
Because you never know the power's going to be out if there's storms or even floods like the county above us had. And, I mean, there's natural disasters all the time. There's something goes on, or like summertime, it's so hot you don't want to cook in the house.
You're just lazy. I'm that a lot.
Well,
The quick,
I was getting to
easy,
that.
pop the top and you're done.
With the conditions Cindy's going through currently, she's not able to get up and cook or go into their pantry and dig all them items out, mix it and cook it. And it would be easier if she had something she could go in there and pull off the shelf, microwave or put in a pot for just a second, heat up, and she'd have a good, basically home cooked meal in just a few minutes. I mean, it would make it a lot easier for her.
I like easy.
I could take it to work. I might have to pour it out of the jar before I take it to work because I'm bad about breaking glass.
Mm-hmm.
I might want to put that in plastic before I take it.
Horrible. Bull in a china shop.
Yeah, well, it's hard to get around sometimes. I seem to hang into everything. My arms and hands and just seem to hang into stuff when I walk by.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you do.
It's just a quick thought we thought we'd share and see if y'all wanted to share with us. If you have something you'd want to share, or a recipe, video, whatever, like I said, put it in the comments. Tell other people about it. See if we can get something stirred here. You know what I mean. Get us a little collab going. Hope y'all have a good week. Maybe we'll have a video about something different when the snow gets off the ground. I'd like to get out and make another video about gardening, but
You gotta plan ahead.
the white stuff is still sitting on the ground. And we got a chance of it again here in about 2 days. So y'all have a good week. God bless.